Hello, good morning, everybody. How are we? Happy Thursday? I normally do this on Wednesday, but it's Thursday today. Yesterday, if you didn't get a chance to catch our live, Savannah and I, our head coach, had a little throwdown. We did a 6-minute DECA Atlas competition that they released. It was zones 4 and 5 of DECA Atlas, if you're familiar with the race. And together, we had to get a max set of dumbbell snatches and dumbbell bear crawls. So we tested that out yesterday. We went live with it during my normal podcast time. And it was a lot of fun. It was a tough challenge, but Savannah and I are always up for a good challenge. And we were 10 reps short of the men that did it and Cash. And I think we just kind of went out a little bit too, not slow, but we paced it. We did well, though. I was proud of the results. So I would love to do it again. But go check it out. Grab a partner, grab a buddy, and test yourselves with that 6-minute challenge. We're actually going to be doing it in the gym on Saturday at both gyms. So go watch it before then, and then you can strategize based on how we did. I'm really excited to talk to you guys this morning, though. I took Ant's normal Thursday slot here so that I could have a chance to brag on a lot of the mom clients that I've been working with this year. During our retest week, which just happened last week at OxFit, our mom clients, everybody got incredible results, but specifically our moms showed up, showed out, especially the ones that I've closely worked with through our coaching program. And I'm so proud of them. Summer is a chaotic time for parents, specifically moms. Like, there's no hiding that moms typically control the calendars, right? And schedule camps out, schedule play dates, schedule the summer socials and things like that. And just make sure that the engine is running, right? So dads, you were amazing. We hope you had a wonderful Father's Day. But the moms hold it down. So with that said, and all of this summer chaos, the moms are still showing up at the gym. Now, historically, the summer season is slow. It's slower, right? Because of different camp drop-off times, it's hard to find a class time that works for everybody. And there's trips and vacations and family reunions and all the things which should be happening. There's some moms that go literally out of town for the entire summer with their kids. And, that's awesome. What a fun way to spend your summer with your kids, right? So it does tend to be a little bit slower, and classes tend to be a little bit smaller. But again, there is something in the air this summer, and the moms are pushing harder than ever, and the attendance is higher than ever before. And man, did that show in our retest week last week. We are currently this week sharing some of these testimonial videos of our clients and giving them a chance to brag on themselves and celebrate their results, because each individual person should be so proud of what they accomplished, not comparing to anyone else, right? But what they were able to achieve in 8 weeks. And that is why we have these lovely little scorecards that our head coach put together. She creates the programming for this. And then during our baseline week, in this first column here, we record all of our baseline scores, times, and weights. And then we repeat them 8 weeks later in this second column here. And then we get to celebrate the amount of fitness that we have gained. Okay. And what a fun way to have like a little tangible scorecard to see it and track it, take pictures of, and celebrate with. Now, we also have all of this data in our performance tracking system within Wodify as well. But again, the mom clients that I have been personally working with or have worked with in the past just got such great results. And so that's what I want to talk about with you today. So if you are new here, just to give you a little background information, every 8 weeks at OxFit, our members go through a retest week. So we pull out, the same lifts during baseline week and then again at retest week. And every cycle we focus on different lifts. We focus on different conditioning benchmarks and workouts, and we focus on different skills. But we test those on day one of the new cycle, and then we test them again 8 weeks later to see exactly how far our athletes have come and what they've achieved. And there's no guessing with this, right? This is the best part. There's no I think I got stronger. I feel stronger. Let me take a photo and see. No, we have the actual numbers on paper on these scorecards and in our system to be able to show you the data. In this round, wow, it was awesome. Honestly, the best summer we've ever had with the best summer results. So, here's the thing, this wasn't some easy, low stress type cycle, that these women went through for 8 weeks, right? 8 weeks ago, they were in their normal drop off school routines and everything. And then this transitional season happened where now camp drop-offs are at all different times, right? Pickups are at different times. People have been on vacation here and there. Schedules honestly seem to be falling apart a little bit in the middle towards the end of this cycle, right? There was a lot of chaos. And if you are a mom listening to this now or later, you know exactly what I mean. You've been tested, right, the past few weeks, and it has been harder than ever to get into the gym. It's taken more effort. Summer doesn't exactly hand you just a clean runway, right, to focus on yourself. You really have to schedule that workout in, prioritize it, and make it happen. And they showed up, maybe not perfectly, maybe not as consistently. Maybe they missed a day here and there. Maybe a workout got moved around to a different time because that was the only window they had, but they kept coming in their bodies, their strength, and their numbers on this totally reflect that. So before I get into each one of these moms' stories and the results that they got, I want to talk for a second about why this works the way it does. Because this isn't just about following a workout plan and hoping for the best, right? Our coaching program is built specifically around real life. And that means it is personalized in a few different areas. 1 being fitness, 2 being your nutrition, and then 3 being your habits and the accountability wrapped around all of that. So on the fitness side, programming isn't a one size fits all. Now, we do have a workout that is the same all day long, but our personalized coaching builds that workout around the individual woman and what her goals are, where her season of life is, whether she's prepartum, postpartum, or pregnant. A couple of the women I want to talk about, their results are actually working out while they're pregnant right now. And then secondly, nutrition, a huge part of this, right? The women that got the best results were the ones that were following a nutrition plan and doing it consistently, right? And when I say that, I still mean that there's this 80-20 rule that always applies because we want something sustainable for you. And so while that transitional season was happening and schools were ending and camps were starting and everything, we just asked for them to still do their best. I asked for our moms to limit their alcohol to, 1 night per week because it can get crazy and you want to just have a glass of wine and throw back a beer on a hot day, all weekend long, but you can't when you have goals. And when you have a group that's holding you accountable and a plan in place that you're following, right, then the formula is there for you. And this is what the coaching program is all about. It's helping moms figure out how to actually follow the plan, fuel themselves, and adhere to small, simple habits that will make a difference. And for the habits, this is the piece that people underestimate because results aren't just about the workout. They're really about what happens outside of that workout in those other 23 hours of the day. So things that we work on and talk about and track are, how are you sleeping? What are your stress levels like, right? If you can't get into the gym on a busy day, can you go take a walk, right? And then trying to just stay as consistent as possible with all of that. So that combination, fitness, nutrition, habits, and having a coach in your corner to help hold you accountable is really how these results happened, and really in such big ways for these particular clients, and not because summer magically got easier because they had a load of extra time. Actually, it was the other way around. Okay. All right. So let's get into it. I want to talk to you about a few of my personal coaching clients that I have been working with recently this year. And I'm going to try something new here. I am going to attempt to share. Ooh, I think I'm going to be able to do this. I'm going to attempt to share a little slideshow I made with their results and some pictures, some before and afters, and some of their actual scorecards. Okay, cool. So I think you can see this. Yes? I don't need to be that big. Let's do this. Okay, awesome. Yeah, how do I get to the next slide? All right. Maybe I need to switch my, yep, okay. We're going to figure this out. I'm a retired CPA. I used to be a consultant, so back in the day. All right, team, hang on. Bear with me here. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to go back to my other screen and see if you can. Yes. Okay, let's go. And you can still see me too. Okay. Awesome. Okay, so first client that I want to brag on here is Kayla Potts. Now, if you are an OxFit member, you know this name. Kayla Potts is not only a longtime member, but also an OxFit Moms coach, and also the owner of and founder of Sage Physical Therapy that a lot of you go to when you need to get fixed up. So well deserving here of being bragged on. Kayla has been putting in the work. So Kayla has 2 kids, right? She's got Riley and Caden. And Caden is 2. Riley is headed into 1st grade, I believe, here. And so life is crazy for this busy mom. Okay. She's, just finished breastfeeding. She has just opened her new business, about a year in, but still early days. And she has had a lot to juggle and balance in life. Okay. And look at this photo, right? Look at this before and after right here. Just incredible results. So when she started with my mom's small group program in January, she wanted to get fitter and stronger and feel more confident in her body, feel better in her clothes, right? So that after photo you see is today. That is today. And Kayla has now lost 15 pounds. And really, I think she's lost about 20 pounds or so of fat. And she has gained so much muscle because she's so strong. And then she's also lost 6 inches. Now we measure in the chest, the stomach, and the hips. And so she's lost a cumulative 6 inches in her body. I'm going to go ahead and scroll on to her scorecard because I want to show you her results, because we do not just celebrate progress photos. Okay, we are focusing on the big picture here. And the scale doesn't always tell us the story, right? This here tells us the story. Kayla wanted to improve her pull-ups this year. She went from 4 to 6 pull-ups. Let me see if I can make this a little bit nicer. Can I put this in like presenter? Yeah. All right. Does that look better for y'all? Yes, it does. Okay. You can see that a little clearer. So Kayla went from, so at the very beginning of the year, she was doing 1 kipping pull-up at a time. 8 weeks ago when she did this baseline week, she did 4 in a row. And then just last week, she did 6. Okay. Now there were some notes here that 2 of them were like picture perfect. And maybe the rest we just need to work on a little bit of the height of her chin getting to that bar. But she did 6 kipping pull-ups. So she went from 1 to 6. Incredible. Some moms dream about being able to do pull-ups, right? And so we have the recipe to be able to help you get pull-ups if that's what you want. She not only did that, but she improved her cardio. So you see the pull and puke scores both increased. She improved on her farmer's carry, so her grip strength has increased. She has also improved her overall strength, her Mr. Clean workout, which was a power clean and a hang clean complex. She was able to enter the 100-pound club, which is huge. That's a huge deal to be able to power clean 100 plus pounds. So she's been working on that a long time, and dialing in her nutrition lately has really, really helped with this. And then that hero mile and jump around workout, you guys see that, her time maybe went down a little bit on the hero mile, but look at jump around. Increase that score by 3 rounds. Just incredible results, okay? I mean, overall, fitter, stronger, lost 15 pounds, is doing kipping pull-ups. And I just have to mention as well that she set a goal when we first started working together of doing DECA Atlas. And DECA Atlas is the hardest of the DECA fitness workouts. It is heavy. It is hard. It is a real test of fitness and strength. And Kayla did that in 20 minutes. And that was just last weekend in our fitness festival. She also did it with heavier dumbbells than she should have. So I cannot wait to repeat that with her sometime. I'm sure she's going to want a little bit of time to forget about it because it is a very hard workout. But she's totally going to crush that and get it closer to 15 minutes next time. I know that for sure. So, just a massive shout out to my good friend and OxFit Moms coach, longtime member, Sage physical therapist owner, Kayla, for incredible results. So happy to be her coach and to be helping her in this season. All right, y'all, let's move on to our next one here. So I can't wait to brag next about Caroline. Caroline worked with me a little while ago. And she's just continued to see amazing results since we worked together. Most recently, I'm going to back up. So Caroline is a mom of 1 to her son, Emmett. Emmett is now, I think, 5 years old. And when Caroline first came to me, she was in that postpartum period, where it had been a few years, but she wasn't feeling good in her skin, in her clothes, right? She had this like postpartum fluff that she wanted to get rid of. And she just needed some accountability and some help and a plan to follow. Okay. And so over 8 weeks of working with Caroline, she was able to lose 9 pounds in 4 inches, which is insane. Look at her before and afters right here. She looks incredible, right? She's stronger. She's fitter. She feels better in her clothes. She's walking around more confident. Now, Caroline used to do CrossFit before she had Emmett, but it had been a little while. So she came in being pretty familiar with some of these movements. And just now, recently, probably a year after we first worked together, she is now starting to really attack some performance goals. So Caroline did our lift off this year and got insane results. She also did Murph this year, Memorial Day Murph. And then most recently, she did DECA Strong with her good friend and workout buddy in the 5:30 a.m. class, Wendy. So her and Wendy absolutely smashed our DECA Strong Fitness Festival workout. And now a lot of moms sit back, and parents in general and OxFit members in general, and look at that fitness festival and get a little intimidated by it. But Caroline came into it with the best attitude, and she had the confidence in her fitness. Because of the results I'm about to show you from her retest week, she knew she would crush it. And honestly, anyone can do these workouts, but sometimes it just takes a little bit of that belief in herself. And through working together and getting these insane body composition results, the belief that she has in her itself and her athletic ability now is just so cool to witness. So I'm shifting over to her scorecard, y'all. So look at this. Okay. So I mean, her cardio improved. Her puke score went up to 61 calories from 57. Her carry went up, so her grip strength increased three lengths, 3 reps there. Her sled push score increased. Her ox makers increased. Her unbroken dips increased from 30 to 33. She matched her score on double or nothing, which is so good because that is a tough one. And some of these, to do this at peak performance, like 6 days in a row, is really hard. So, and then she finally entered the 100-pound club as well for her clean, which is incredible. She was super proud of that. And I witnessed it, and she has room to go. She increased her strongman shuffle, and she beat her jump around workout as well. And while increasing her rounds and reps on the jump around workout, she also went up a level. So she not only beat it, but she beat it at a harder level. So insane results. Caroline, I'm so proud of you. Yeah, really, really excited to see what all Caroline can do in the future with us too. So, all right, you guys, let me shift over to my next one here. I've got several of these. I could just keep bragging on all of them. I had to pick out a few, but this one I'm super stoked about. Erin is a mom of 2. I'm currently working with Erin, and she has Miles and Owen, mom of 2 boys. So that says a lot right there. She has a stressful full-time job. And you know, a couple years ago, postpartum, Erin lost 40 pounds. She came to us and she was on her own journey. She was losing weight. She lost 40 pounds and she looked incredible in her before photo, right? Like, she's a strong, fit mom, but she felt stuck and like she had hit a plateau in the gym. And so I am so lucky to be able to be her coach and to have started on this journey with her in January. We've been working together for 6 months. Erin's goals were to just feel better in her body, get healthier overall, and to lose a little bit more weight. And so 6 months in now, Erin's body composition is changing. She's lost 4 inches. She has signed up to do beach brawl with me in the fall, which I cannot wait to do with her. And her strength numbers overall and fitness numbers overall on this scorecard that I'm about to show you have all increased. Not only that, but she also did DECA strong with her workout buddy, Kristen, this past weekend, and they smashed it as well. So let's go on to Erin's scorecard real quick. Okay. So some of Erin's results. All right, so Erin, I'm going to call out the top one. So her puke score improved. So her cardio has gotten better. She has increased her ox makers. I witnessed that one. She was moving. She doubled her ring rows, which was awesome to see. And she increased her clean. She also entered the 100-pound club, which is so cool. And that is a tough one because you have to combine technical improvements on that lift with strength. And so the consistency that she has had in the gym has definitely contributed to that. And then, I mean, all of her workouts have increased. You see it, strongman shuffle, hero mile. She cut her time by 90 seconds. Incredible. And then she beat that jump around workout by like 2 rounds. So really, really awesome stuff. Cannot wait to see what she's going to do at Beach Brawl. Have loved working with her. She looks so fit and so strong. All right, you guys, I forgot to put in a client that I do want to talk about before I move on. And her name is Katie Schwartz. She's a good friend of mine, a business owner. She's an OG. She's been with us from the start. I don't have her picture up here right now. And she has been so busy. So she did not make it for most of retest week, unfortunately, because I know she would have crushed all of her workouts. But I do have to brag on her. If you're on my Instagram story, go watch it. She beat her pull-up score, which has been a huge goal of hers this year, is to get better at her gymnastics skills, specifically her pull-ups. So she got 13 unbroken pull-ups yesterday, which is incredible. She looks amazing. She is hitting all of her goals since starting to work with me in January. She has a chest to bar pull-up, which I need to get on video. And she is doing the duathlon with me in the Gulf Shores too. She's never done one before. So just super cool to see these moms, and specifically Katie, who's been with us a long time. She has 2 kids, a busy mom, runs her own business, and has had seasons where she's been in and out, right? But this year, she has recommitted to herself, her fitness, and her goals. And by signing up to work with me and joining this mom's accountability group that we have going, she has been more consistent than ever before. She is hitting goals and strength goals and gymnastics goals that she's hitting new PRs that she hasn't seen since pre-kids. And she's signing up for stuff that she's never done before too. So super cool. I'm so pumped to run the Peachtree Road Race with her in a week. And then again, do this duathlon, which is a 25-mile bike and 6-mile run in the heat at the beach. It's going to be so fun. So Katie, sorry your photo's not up here. I will do a whole podcast probably dedicated to you another time though, because your results have been insane. Okay, guys, so I'm going to shift over because I do have someone else on this, and I want to talk about Laura, okay? Before we wrap this up, I got to brag on Laura here because, man, this woman is so impressive. She has worked out her entire pregnancy. This was taken a couple months ago. She is currently 37 weeks pregnant and just left mom's class, like just walked out the door. She is working out this baby and she's maintained and increased strength. And now throughout your pregnancy, you know, our goal is not to be beating all of our scores, of course, and beating all of our numbers at some point in our pregnancy. But our goal is to keep you moving. It is to keep you healthy. It is to keep you strong for not only delivery, but also to be able to rehabilitate in that postpartum period. And so Laura is a testament, and I can't wait to get her on here post-baby as well, of how you can continue to move your body in a safe and effective way with our OxFit Moms programming and with personalized coaching. So she looks incredible. I'm going to actually just go ahead and show you her scorecard too, because she did beat some things, which is insane. So Laura is literally 37 weeks pregnant. You see, at the time she retested these movements, we marked on this 9 months pregnant, right? And so 8 weeks ago, you know, some of these scores I would expect to drop, okay? You know, but some of these scores also went up. So her farmer's carry increased. So her grip strength is strong. Her legs and glutes are strong for delivery, which is literally any day now. And her clean went up. She actually lifted more weight at 36, 37 weeks pregnant. And she did an additional round in one of these workouts. And now this scorecard is appropriately filled out. Like, I would not have expected her to be here 5-6 days, you know, last week. So she came about 3 days, which is great. You see, she came more 8 weeks ago. But she has maintained strength, increased fitness even, and is feeling really confident going into, this is going to be baby number 2 for her. So really proud of Laura, and grateful that she has trusted us with her fitness through her second baby's arrival. So, and I cannot wait to be there to support her, you know, when she is rehabilitated and cleared in her postpartum period too. So, all right, guys, I think that's it. I'm going to wrap this up. Let's see if I can stop sharing here and go back to my screen. Awesome. Thank you for listening to me talk about all of our amazing moms. There's so many more as well. And I'm going to post hopefully a couple more this week that did some testimonial videos. because they are incredible, especially in the summer months when life is chaotic and busy and there's all sorts of things going on. So that's retest week there in a nutshell, y'all. I think I shared about 5 women's stories. I had, 6 to 8 here that I could have shared with you that I pulled out that were really, really standouts to me. But all of these women, as you see, are completely different. They've had different starting points, different stories, different previous experience in their motherhood journeys at different points, living different lives, juggling toddlers, juggling being pregnant in the summer chaos, the work schedules, the camp schedules, the crazy drop-offs, all of it. And every single one of them is still showing up, right? Even while pregnant, getting measurable results to show for it. And that's the key. That's what we do at OxFit. We don't just throw you workouts on the wall and say, have fun and hope you get fit. We show you that you are getting fit and fitter and celebrate that with you. And this isn't about these workouts being magic, right? It's about what happens when a woman and a mom, right, has a coach who knows her and programs her workouts to really adapt to her life and the season of motherhood that she's in, and then puts them in a community as well with other moms that won't let her quit on herself, will check in on her. They know that she's coming in not feeling her best, maybe because she's 37 weeks pregnant, right? Or a mom that rolls in late that looks defeated because drop-off was an actual disaster, right? We get each other. We surround each other with a community. And that's the whole thing. That's the difference, between just working out at one of these gyms that just, checks in, checks out, no one knows each other, in a gym that cares, that offers this personalized coaching and that will actually help you transform and get real results. So if you're listening to this thinking, okay, I want that. I want to be like Kayla, Caroline, Katie, Laura, right? Erin, I want to be like one of those badass moms, then I would love to talk to you. Right now, I've got a small group, that's rolling, and I have just a couple coaching spots open. And this is the exact kind of program that these women have been a part of that got them these incredible performance results and body composition changes. And it was through personalized fitness, nutrition, and habit coaching with a coach in their corner the whole way through. So you can email me directly. That's Lauren@ox.fit, or go ahead and apply using the link that's going to be right below this video. I read every single application that comes in myself. And so I will reach out to schedule something with you. If this episode resonated with you, if you enjoyed hearing about some of the real tangible results that the women and moms are getting through my coaching program, then do me a favor, please. Subscribe, hit like, share a comment, pass this on to a friend, and I will see you guys next week in my next episode. Thanks for listening. I see I had a couple listeners. Thank you, Keith, for being on. I'll see you at the road race. Yes. It is such a fun party. I can't wait to do it again. I'm running it for fun this year. So I'll send out an email to all the athletes from OxFit that are doing it. We will actually all try to get on MARTA together, commute up, and then meet up after somewhere fun and have a little celebratory drink. Can be water, can be any non-alcoholic beverage, but we'll have some fun and have a cheers together. So thank you for listening in. And yeah, I just have to pull this one up. Keith mentioned the scale doesn't tell the story. Yes, her scorecard tells the story. I love that philosophy. Thank you for sharing that. And I'm so glad that resonated with you, because you are a badass yourself and your scorecard, I know, is looking great. We just got to get those knees right? We got to get those knees right. Thank you guys for listening. Share this with a friend. If you know a mom in the neighborhood that is struggling and needs a community, I would love to reach out and just listen, see what, is going on, see what her goals are, and see how we can help. So, all right. Have a great rest of your Thursday. See you next week.